Hi, I'm Paul Garcia with 360 Connect. I'm here to help you set up an email drip campaign through Zoho CRM. I love email campaigns because they help you sell 24/7. They increase the number of touches that you make per lead that you receive. They help you build brand, and ultimately they improve close rates and improve sales. So this is going to be a how-to video. I'll walk you through it. You can see here that I have my Zoho set up, and really this is going to be a step-by-step guide. So follow along. In addition, I will be providing a Word document that literally writes down the steps to each of these things that I'm doing here. So of course you can call me anytime if you need help. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing to know is that Zoho is actually a collection of software applications that are what I call isolated. So they all do their own thing. And in order for you to get them to do what you want, a lot of times you want them to talk to each other. So that's going to be our first step. So there's really 5 steps here to get this going. Our first step is that we're going to want to sync up what's called Zoho campaigns and Zoho CRM. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So with your Zoho CRM, if you haven't already, make sure that your leads are being integrated directly into your Zoho CRM. So what that means is that any lead data that you're getting from 360 Connect, or frankly any other sources, are automatically dropping into your CRM and into your leads bucket, where it captures the company name, lead name, email, etc. Right? So that should be automatically happening. If that's already happening and you see leads in your system, great. Now what we really need to do is sync up the CRM and campaigns. So let's do that. So first, let's click on campaign. And what we want to do here is actually create a view. And we want to segment the leads that we're actually going to target. So first you click on leads. Then what you want to do is click on this top left drop box here and click on create view. And what this is going to allow you to do really is be able to filter the leads that you want to be included in your email campaign. So let's do that. Now we're looking for lead source here. So let's add lead source to this bucket. And lots of fancy things you can do in Zoho, but for the purposes of what we're doing, I'm just going to add lead source. And then here, what we're going to do, let's name it. Let's call it 360 leads. Excuse me. Fumbling around here. All right, so we're going to call the view 360 leads, and then we're going to go ahead and save it. All right. Oh, let me back up. Excuse me. So we're going to call this, let's call this 360 leads. I might have to call it 2 now because I already named it the other one. But what I want to do here is actually find my lead source and make sure that I'm filtering only on 360 Connect leads. So it's going to be lead source is 360 Connect. So that means we're isolating only the leads that are specific to 360 Connect. Again, here you have the option to pull out any leads and create any sort of email campaigns you want. But for this purpose, we're doing a 360 campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. All right, so that's the first step. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to work to sync the data between Zoho, CRM, and campaigns. So go ahead and click on campaigns, and then click on contacts, and then we're going to do sync services. And when we do sync services, what I want you to do is click on new sync. We want to do immediate sync. Immediate sync means that as soon as the leads drop into the Zoho CRM, it's also going to tie into the campaigns, which the campaigns is really the feature we're using to create the emails. So we're going to create a sync. We're going to use the module leads because that's where our data is coming from. We're going to have a sync name. Usually I just call it the same thing, 360 Connect, and maybe I'll add sync there. And then I want to sync to the view that I just created. Okay. Let me see. 360 Connect inbound leads, create mailing list. Let's see. Why didn't it pull up? Maybe it's custom view. There we go. So we're going to do custom view. So we're not trying to pull all leads. We're doing certain view. So we're going to do custom leads, and then we're going to sync to, and we're going to make a new mailing list, and we're just going to call it 360 Connect inbound leads. Let's just call it 360 Connect leads. All right, and that's our mailing list. And we've got to name it. Okay. All right. We save it. Okay, and then next we want to map the fields. So basically, remember, we have two programs that we're utilizing right now. We have Zoho CRM, we have Zoho campaigns. So that, remember, they're isolated. So we want to connect the dots, and that's what I want to do here. So all it is just matching field names to field names, right? So you see CRM fields to campaign fields. So what I do is this one already includes email and includes last name. Of course, I want to add first name because many of your emails are going to start with, hi, John, or hi, Joe, or whatever. And that's what's we're going to use to call out the names that are coming in from the leads, right? So we want to go ahead and add that. Let's add that. So now we have first name to first name, last name to last name, and email to email. Perfect. You can go to town with this. Like, for example, if I wanted to include something related to geography or state that your lead's coming from, you could add address or state and actually put that into emails at a later date. But that's some more advanced features. So let's just stick with the plan for now. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we're going to go ahead and initiate. Okay, so now the sync is initiated. We're going to go back. Let me pull up my notes here. Yep, so I'm just checking my notes, y'all. The data from the Zoho CRM will now sync to Zoho campaign. Yep, that's where we're at. So, okay, so moving on to step 2. Now the two systems will talk to each other. All right, they're set up to talk to each other. Now we're ready to set up the automatic email drip. We'll be using the workflow within Zoho to set this up. Think of workflows as setting up a flow chart. And when emails will be and the flow chart is for how and when emails will be delivered. So let's pull that up, shall we? So first you got to click on campaigns. So workflows is a function of campaigns. You're going to go to workflow. For the purpose of this document and video, we're going to be set up a workflow that includes a 4 email drip. So again, lots of fancy stuff that you can do here, but I just want to create a basic one to give you an idea of how it works. So first, we're going to create a workflow, and then what I'd like you to do is actually, there's lots of options here, and you can explore as you please. But for the purpose of the video, let's go with CRM trigger workflow. So that means that as soon as the lead drops into CRM, it's also going to be tied to this campaign. And that's the secret to automatically sending an email in real time. So if an email hits on a Monday at 8 a.m., a lead hits your CRM, literally instantly, you can shoot out an email automatically. So that's kind of the genius behind it. So we're gonna use this template. We're gonna use CRM trigger workflow, and then you're gonna see the flow chart here. You see this flow chart. Now we want to create something similar that's gonna meet our needs. And remember, we want to create a 4 email drip for this example. So what do I suggest you do here? Well, the first thing I'd suggest is try to understand what's happening here. So at the top of the list here is basically your list, right? You have an option to choose, okay, what list do I want to sync with what workflow or email campaign, right? So for example, you could do leads, right? They're coming in from 360 Connect, and then have messages tailored to that. Hell, you could even do accounts. You can do billing, for example. Let's say of people that go into collections, and you want to email them every single day and to remind them that, hey, look, you have an outstanding bill, love to get paid. I'm sure you word that better, right? So that's the function and power of this tool. So let's go ahead and remove everything except for the on list entry. Okay, so here there's three little dots. I want you to just delete everything. Go and find and delete everything you can other than this blue circle here. Delete, and let's go ahead and clear it out. Look for the little blue dots, and that allows you to delete items. Okay, so now we got a blank slate, right? So now we just basically say, look, we have a list. We'll figure out what the list is. Let's select the list. What list are we working on? Well, we just created a list. Remember, 360 Connect leads. So we want to click on 360 Connect leads, and then we want to save it here. And now this email campaign is going to be dedicated specifically to this list. Now, what I wanted to do is actually set you up to for the visual of what the campaign is actually going to look like. So we said what? We said we're going to do 4 emails. So let's do that. On the left panel here, there's going to be something called actions. And these are literally the actions that people can take or that the system will take when certain things happen. So let me grab send email here and drop it in here, okay? And I'll show you. I'll stop right here, okay? So now if you look at this flow chart, it's basically saying, okay, I'm going to call on 360 Connect leads, and then I'm going to wait 1 day, and then I'm going to send an email. Okay, we haven't set up the email yet. We got to create a message, but that's basically what this system will do. So if we're doing 4, what I want you to do is grab this and do it 3 additional times. Okay. Okay. Now, if you read this, what this workflow will do is grab any 360 Connect lead that comes in real time. Then it'll wait a day and send a message. It'll wait a day, send another message, wait a day, send a message, and wait a day and send another message. Okay. Now you can set this up how you please. What I recommend is to test different ideas in terms of delivery and message. But I think the first message, especially on any incoming lead, should be a message that is an introduction and also happens immediately. So how you do that is you click on this top bar here, and here's the time frame. So I would put that over to immediate and save. And once you've done that, now there's no delay, right? So let's read this again. Lead comes in, no delay. It delivers an email message, and then wait 1 day, wait 1 day, wait 1 day, and delivers follow-up messages. So now you basically have your email, your flow chart all done. Let's move to the next step. And excuse me, let me pull up my notes here just to make sure we're on track. Great. Okay, so the next step, so we're on step 4, is that we want to prepare our email content. I recommend spending time thinking about what content you'd like to deliver and when that content should be delivered. In this example, I mentioned that, once you have a new prospect, you want to communicate with them immediately. So, and you also have to think about what exactly do you want to say when you first meet someone in terms of your business practice, right? So what we'll want to do is craft up email messaging that meets our branding, meets our message, meets our sales process, and then actually put it into the system. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I would usually do this on a Word document. So I do, email 1 idea, email 2 idea, email 3 idea, email 4, put that in a Word document, and then work to transfer it over to email templates. But we're just going to work off what we have in front of us right now. So the next step is to create an email template. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think I saved that other one. Let me make sure I saved it. Yep, you just don't want to activate it. Okay, email templates. Okay, so now we want to make an email template. So what we're going to do is on the top right here, you're going to say create using, and you're going to go ahead and select HTML editor. That's my favorite option, even though I don't know HTML. There's some basic templates here that you can go and choose, and it has different layouts if you want to get fancy with the content. My style has always been mostly text-based. I think they work the best. And I suggest for your first email, just focus on text-based emails. HTML editor here. So you want to create an email template. What I would do is just type in the email sequence. So I like to say, you know, email 1 intro. And then we're going to do this 4 times over, right, with slightly varied content. So this is going to be email 1. And then now I got a blank slate. So don't worry if you don't know HTML. I don't know HTML, and I've been doing this for years. Now, if you have someone that can help you with HTML design, all the better. Let them help you with this. But for our purposes, I love writing text-based letter formatted emails. I think they work really well. It's really, really simple. All you need to remember is that in HTML, it's very finicky with formatting. So I would never go in and write it in Word and then go and copy. You're just asking for trouble. Literally just go in and type what you want the letter to say. And then the other tip I'll show you as we work through it is just how to do the spacing. So let's get started. So our letter is going to start with, you know, hello and the person's name, right? So you're going to use something called tags. So tags is really what allows you to do mass emailing. What you want to call out is a person's name that corresponds to the lead name, right? So remember when we did that merge field earlier? This is when we're using it. So I'm going to use contact first name. Oh, I made an error there, if you noticed. I wanted to say hello. There you go. And it's going to fill in with the right name, whether it be Chris or Joe or whoever, right? So then once I got that, now I want to work on actually crafting my email. So for spacing, what you do is you go shift and return or shift and enter. Anytime you want to do a line break or space, that will keep all your stuff formatted properly across all different email software and platforms like Outlook and Gmail, et cetera, et cetera. So it looks exactly the same. Then I would make my message. It could be anything, you know, hello, John. You know, I understand you were recently interested in product, you know, Z. I'd love to help you. You know, I'd love to help you. Let's set up a call. Let's set up a call at, you know, 2 p.m. today. I'm good. And then I put my signature. Let's say it's Paul Garcia. I'm doing shift enter here, 360 connect, shift enter, my phone number. Right, just like that. So that's how I keep the spacing. And then your last merge text is to remain spam campaign compliant is going to be 2. You want to do, let me see here where that is, header and footer. Excuse me, header and footer. You're going to want to put an unsubscribe link. And you're going to want to put an address. And that will make sure that you are spam compliant. Spam can comply. I can't say that. All right. Where the heck is that company address? There you go. So this will pre-populate your address so long as you have address filled out in your profile, your Zoho profile. So just look that up on Google if you don't know how to do that, but it's pretty easy. So that's it. That's your email. Now, of course, you're going to want to write better copy than this, but I would keep it short and sweet and to the point and always have a call to action. Now we're going to go ahead and save the template, save and proceed. Great. And you'll see a whole list of emails here. There's your email 1 intro. And that's it. That's your email copy. And you're going to want to do this 3 times. So email 2, email 3, email 4, have them saved and just ready to go. Okay. So we're done with email copy. Let me get back to my notes. All right, we're almost done. We need to apply our email templates to our workflow, finalize our campaign, test our campaign, and activate it. So let's do that. So let's click on workflow. Make sure you're on campaigns again. Click on workflow. Let's find the CRM triggered workflow we're creating. Did we save that? We might actually need to make one. Let me see. Okay, it didn't save it, I don't think. Let me see if it saved it. Oh, it did save it. Okay. So you should name it so that you know which one to go back to, right? So that's our 4 email drip campaign. And you notice it's set up, but it's missing email. It says create a message. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and create a message. We're going to add the subject line to the message. So regarding your quote request. Okay. We're going to save that. All right, we're going to add sender details. We want to put, this will show up in their email box of like who what the sender name is. And I would just put your name. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay. And then click on create content. Now, create content is really just the work we've already done. So you want to go to save templates. You want to pick your email. We have it here and we want to use this template. Great. And then we want to go save and next. Great. Okay. So now here is where we test our emails to make sure they're good. You're going to want to look for typos, what do you call it, formatting errors, any of that sort of thing. So look at your email, make sure it looks good. I like to look at the plain text copy. So there's 2 copies. There's the HTML, which usually has pictures and whatnot, and text is literally check everything's stripped. A lot of times the plain text has more spaces than the HTML. So I go back in here and I adjust them to make them look friendly or look properly formatted. And that's just simple enough. And we keep our link and I save. Okay. Other thing I do here is I move this campaign theme. I move it to none. And that takes away any sort of Zoho Zoho template. So every email has like a little Zoho brand. I love Zoho, but for email, I prefer to take the branding away. And then the last step is I send it for review. So Zoho is going to make sure that the email looks good, it's spam cam compliant, and some other things that they check for. And it usually takes about 5 minutes. So if you keep refreshing, in about 5 minutes, this will change to good to go, basically, and you're ready to go. So that's it, right? So now all we really do is we're gonna do that same last step for each one of these. So we're gonna create a message and apply it here. And then once it's all done and reviewed and tested, then we're gonna go ahead and activate it. And then that's it. That's your campaign. Now you're live and good to go. One thing I forgot to mention is that in that piece where it had the Zoho theme, you can actually send a test email. I recommend doing that. Send it to your own email box. Put some extra eyes on it to make sure the copy looks great. And then once it's good, it's good. Then you're live. Activate it and let it run. And it's so fun when you do your first one. I think you'll love it, and it's going to start generating all sorts of ideas. So if you think about it, you have this powerful database that has lots of information, and then you have this tool that you can mass communicate to everyone based on the information you have. So we started with first name, but again, there's ideas around collections. If someone, if your clients are behind on payment, you can isolate that data and send them friendly but reminder emails telling them they need to pay quickly. Lots of other ideas. So hope this was helpful. I'm excited for you on your journey of learning more about automation. Love to be of help, love to be of service, but go in there, get going, and start your first campaign. Thank you.